So if you stay with me, ask questions. My goal today, teach you the money system. Because once you learn the money system, you're going to make different decisions. My goal is to really provide some real out mentorship to you. I don't know if this is recording or not. Man, I swear my computer is, there we go, we're recording. So my goal to you today is really to give you some all-out mentorship, to really teach you what someone taught me. And so I was fortunate enough that my journey started really in 2018. So some of you already know my background. Some of you have partnered with me in business before. We've made, I've been able, thank God for this, okay, because I've been through all different classes. I've been able to help create, and help families make 6 figures a year. Some make 7 figures in the time that we did business together in the 5-year period in my previous company. And now today, I get to do it again, but on a higher level. And so I believe in each one, teach one. You always tell the parable that's always told biblically, right? And it might mess up a little bit, but bear with me. The parable goes that there were 3 servants. Okay, they all got different talents, okay, a certain amount of talents. One got 5 talents, one got 3, one got 2, or so forth. But the overall story where I want you to get from this is that when God gave it to them, they all did something different. The top one who had the most talents, which makes sense. The more money you have, the more money you're going to make. Okay, we hear that. The rich continually get rich. Okay, the one with the most talents multiplied to 10. He doubled it. The one who had about 3, they did similar to the same thing. And then you have the one who had the least talents, okay, the least money. If you call it money, you can call it skill, you can call it whatever, right? If it's a skill, how many people are you teaching to multiply and help the world? What are you giving back, right? If it's money, what are you doing with your money? Are you multiplying it? Whatever you have been given, okay, it can be money, it can be family, it can be anything. Are you multiplying it? Because that's what we're meant to do, the compound effect. Okay, so the last one, which I like to look at these as class, I look at the parables of the story. The last one went and buried and said, hey, I'm just keeping it for here because I don't trust what's going to happen. And I want to make sure it's going to still be there. A scarcity mindset. See, that parable for me equated to scarcity and what abundance looked like. And abundance mindset says, we're going to multiply this, and if something happens, it's going to keep on going anyway. It's going to come back to me because my God is a good God. He's going to give it to me. He's going to supply all needs. But the one with the scarcity mindset, they says, I don't trust it. So I'm going to bury this here. And in turn, because they don't trust it, I'm going to bury this here. And I think I'm doing the right things. I'm really not. I'm really kind of taking my own advice. And what happened when God came back? He said, you evil and blah, blah, blah servant, okay? You didn't multiply my money, because he said, you sow where you do not reap and so forth. And so what did that servant get? He took the talents that he had or she had and gave it to the other servants. Here's how I look at that parable. And who knows what was going on during that time. I look at that parable, exactly what we have now. It doesn't matter where, it don't matter if you're in India, if you're in Kenya, if you're in the United States, if you're in London, in Europe, there's a class, okay? And here in the United States, we call it lower class, middle class, upper class, elite class. And in here, our upper and elite, their money keeps on growing because there are certain things they're doing with their talents. The middle class and below, unfortunately, they have to what? We call it eating your seeds. Okay, they have to eat their seeds and therefore they have no harvest. And so when tough times come, they have nothing to go harvest. So today I want to give you something to go harvest. Okay, we're going to stop eating our seeds today because we need to take back everything that was taken from our ancestors. Okay, we have to not only get that back, but we have to speed up and multiply and compound it. Now, here's what I want you to know. You've been taught your whole life to work for someone else. I've worked a lot of jobs. I remember being a security guard, and I had to work 2 jobs to take care of my family. And I still got evicted from my apartment. Now, listen, I always tell my story that let me tell you how generations can pass on things. And I thought I worked very hard. My mom worked very hard in her life, okay? She worked 2 to 3 jobs on average all the time. But I'll tell you, we moved place to place to place every single year. And you know what passed on to me, and I didn't know it? Sometimes we call them curses, okay? I call them now habits, okay? We get in these situations based off our habits and our commitment level. And so what happened to me, I finally got out of my house at the age of, I was about 17, 18, okay? Got my own apartment, had a family. I was a young teenage dad. And I remember, unfortunately, because due to some things, I lost some money. Long story short, 18 years old, got evicted from my apartment. Had to move right back in with my mom. Had decisions I had to make. And I look now today, there were just certain things that and I see my video might be paused, so hopefully you're still hearing me. But I look today, it was because of my habits back then. I was the last servant. I was a servant that was bearing my talents, and I wasn't using them to multiply and to bless my family and to bless things that it's going to continue to thrive. If you have a dying garden because it's not getting water, it's going to continue to die. Today, let's give you a thriving garden. How do we do that in this system that we're going to talk about right now? Okay, there are several books that I've read. You know, Dollar Prices, written by Richard Duncan. Big read, obviously. Okay, this is studying. I study. Okay, but this is an easy read. It's called The New Case for Gold. I want you to read Fake, okay, by Robert Kiyosaki, and The New Case for Gold. And then a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about right now, it's going to make a lot of sense. First of all, our banking system. You know, I hate to say that it's rigged. It's the system. It's not that it's rigged. It's the system. Okay, the Federal Reserve, you hear this over and over, it's not a federal bank. It's a privately owned bank that's owned by 8 families right now. And those 8 families are elite families that have a lot of money in the world. Half of them come from Europe. But they're a part of our United States banking system, which in turn, all of the banks are interconnected together. We call them our central banks. And what do the central banks have the privilege to do today? They can print money. Here's the only thing that I want you to get from what I'm telling you right now. What happens when the banks print money? Do you get to print money? No. When the banks print money, they take that money from thin air and they inject into our economy. Now, when I say they inject into our economy, it's not that they're paying people that. They're taking the money and they're buying into the stock market. They're buying treasury bonds, okay? They're buying things from the government. So what are they in turn doing? They're buying ownership of the country. And that money is supposedly supposed to keep the ship rolling and circulate the economy. More people start spending more money. Unfortunately, those who are consumers don't have that much money, but you have to be consumers. What are you consuming, right? You have to pay for gas. You got to pay to get to work. You got to pay for your home. You got to pay for food. All the top big industries. Pharmaceuticals, you need medicine. And therefore, you transfer a majority of your wealth outside of your family. Most of you are operating on a compounded debt system, when you should be operating on a compounded income system. We've been taught to work a job our entire life and then compound our debt, but we've never been taught to compound our income. I want you to really listen closely. If you have compounding debt, how do you get out of debt? The way that you fall in a hole. If you fall in a hole, how do you get out of the hole? You get out the same way that you fell in. If you fell in the hole, you got to climb your way out, just like you fell in, okay? If we fell into debt, compounded debt, we have to compound our way out, or else we are stuck in the system forever. And this is why I say the system is rigged and the banks are stealing from us. Because anytime that money is printed and inserted into the economy, we change the cost of our goods and services. So what you were used to paying for your home now goes up higher, but you still get paid the same paycheck. What you were used to getting paid to pay for your gas, okay, gas goes up, but you still make the same paycheck. What we're used to paying, maybe you have kids and you got to pay for daycare. Now daycare goes up because they have to raise up their expenses because it costs more to keep their building. Do you see what I'm talking about? This system is dangerous, and if you don't understand how to climb your way out of it, just like you got inside the hole, you'll be in the hole for the rest of your life. And today, this is my goal to show you how to get exactly out of the hole. And one of the largest financial markets in the world that is here to stay forever. See, the foreign exchange goes back well over 2,000 years, okay? Every country has always done business with itself, right? The United States does business with China, okay? You know, the United States does business with Kenya, South Africa, Europe, London, Australia. We do business with Japan, all around the world. What do you think happens when we do business with them? Those are all foreign exchange transactions happening. When we send money, for example, if we send money over to Kenya, do we send it in US dollars? No, it has to convert to Kenyan shillings. Okay. If money goes over to South Africa, does it stay as a US dollar? No, it has to convert to what? The South African rand. Okay. So this is what you have to understand is now you are able to integrate into this system called Forex, the foreign exchange. And the more that you learn, the more that you earn. The more skill that you have, the more that you can pass on to your kids. So let's jump on to what it looks like to be able to compound your money. And I'm gonna turn money that used to be invisible to you, I'm going to make it visible to you. Okay, so we're going to talk about interest rate. You see, Albert Einstein says that compound interest is one of the 8 wonders of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who does not will always pay it. Listen, folks, money is about to become visible to you right now. So let's talk about a credit card. So typically a credit card, okay, this is you looking at your debt. A credit card is going to be an interest rate, let's say, of 12%. Okay. And let's say you have a 12%, they give you an introductory rate, 12%, you know, let's say you just kept the balance and it keeps on accumulating for you, right? 12% gives you $36,000. Now you wouldn't pay that well, kind of. If you kept your balance without paying your minimum, yes, your minimum pays the interest. So the reason why you don't know that you're paying this much money is because your minimum is not knocking down the initial balance. If your initial balance is not going down and it stays $100, you don't have in your mind how much you paid the credit card company. The credit card company is doing this to you. So the money is invisible to you. You pay your monthly, whatever that credit card note is. You don't see the balance going down, but you know that they're not reporting you to the credit company. You know, I'm talking to my US folks. And then they up the interest rate. Let's say they up it. You see how much this is? I just want you to see when we change the interest rate. Okay? We're going to show you how to do the same thing with the same amount of money, except we give you a skill in the market that you can do 24 hours a day, folks. That operates 24 hours a day, $7.7 trillion operating. So I want you to bear with me. All I want you to do is to focus on the numbers, okay? So we see when we put 15%, just a 3% increase, that goes to 6 figures. Now I want to convert your brain. So you know I got into compound debt. So Randy, how do I make compound income? You can compound in real estate. We can talk about real estate all day long, but when I get to the cost of real estate, you know what's going to happen? The 53 people on here, all of you are going to rush off. You know why? You're going to say, Randy, I don't have $20,000 sitting in the bank. I don't have $10,000 sitting in the bank. We can start talking about gold. Hey, listen, you can hedge yourself against the economy. The money you're already making, let's go buy an ounce of gold right now for what? $1,740. All of you are hopping off the call. I don't got $1,740 just sitting that I can go buy an ounce of gold. So I'm going to have a conversation with you as if you're the last servant that wants to move up classes. And this time you're multiplying your money. So I don't care if you only have $100 in your bank account right now. Either you spend the $100, you eat your seeds, or you plant your seeds so that you can have a bigger harvest later. This is all about planting your seeds so that you can have a bigger harvest later, period. Now, in this industry, placing your money into someone else, into a bank account, is not a harvest, okay? That's where your money is being lost at. That's where it's getting caught in the system at, by placing in the bank and letting it sit still. You see that last servant that I talked about? He put his money in the bank. That's what they're talking about. That's how I look at that parable. Why? Because he buried it. And when he buried his money, there was nothing he could do with it. That doesn't create a harvest. Let me show you how to create a harvest, okay? So we're going to show you how to gain 15% per week. Okay, and by learning how to gain 15% per week on your money, you learn how to make $15 from $100. That's awesome. Okay, next week we do it again. I'm going to show you how to make $17 off of $115 now, because we're only doing 15% growth and we're compounding it all the way down. The next week we do the same thing. Guess what? We don't change. It's the same skill. It's the same lot size. We just do the trade longer, or we may change the lot size. We make $19 the next week. Okay. And then our fourth weekend, we make $22 that week. We made a total of $74.90, almost $75 from our initial investment of $100. Okay. Are you feeling me there? So I basically took something. Guess what? The banks will never tell you how they can do this. The banks are doing this for sure. They do it with your mortgage, right? That's why they're able to take a home that costs $100,000, and on the books as an asset to the bank. Okay, the liability that they have on the books is what they gave you, $100,000. The assets on the books, payables to them, is they look at the 30-year projection. So they're looking to get from you $500,000 for them loaning you $100,000. That's this. They have compounded their portfolio. Listen, folks, you have to learn this. I'm not selling you. I'm telling you the rules. And if you ignore it, that's on you. 10 years from now, you're going to look and say, Randy told me this. Right? Just like we've seen opportunities before. I just feel the conviction to tell you how the system works, how money works today. I'm excited about it because I was a kid from Compton, California that knew nothing. All I knew is I grew up in a gang-infested territory, and my mom lived paycheck to paycheck, and I had to join the military to get away from that area. That's what I knew. And now today I get to hang around the top most elite folks making millions per year. So I get to talk to hedge fund folks who are telling me what they're trading in billions, and that I still have more information than they know. That's what I get excited about. My classes have changed. I went from lower to middle to upper, and now we're working on moving into elite, and you can do the same. So as we're compounding our money, the next month we do it again, $305. The next month, third month in, we got $535. Now understand, anytime that you decide to take out, you can take out this account anytime that you want. But understand, it gets rid of the compound effect. If you withdraw $200, then that takes you right back to to week 9, which is still cool. You're compounding your money. But ultimately, I want you to see the end result of what a grown out harvest looks like. Unfortunate part, we have never been taught to watch a garden grow, to watch a harvest grow, and how we benefit off of eating off the land that we've grown. Today, we get to grow this land. We get to eat off this harvest. So we get 6 months in. You've made $2,862. And then we get down to what? 52 weeks. You now have created 6 figures. Guess what? Some of you on here, I'm sure you can say, including myself, when I started, I'll say, 21 years ago now, I joined the military. Okay, 2007 was the game changer for me. I had never seen really 6 figures together, okay, until after 2017, after I learned how to start planting my seeds and not eating my seeds. I ate my seeds all the way up until 2007. And then I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I stopped eating my seeds and I started planting them. I started multiplying them, okay? I started following the rules of money. And then that's when I got well above this number here, $143,000. What would it feel if you seen that amount of money in your bank account? See, I know the average person today has less than $1,000 in their bank account right now, and they have no feeling of what it feels like to have an abundant feeling, not to have to look at your bank account when you go to a restaurant. Not to have to go look at your bank account when you come from a vacation, maybe a family vacation, not to have to skim on the type of groceries you're going to buy. No one, I know, I've been there. Each one, teach one. This is the time to help each other learn this system right here, okay? So we're going to show you how to compound over the next 52 weeks. We're going to invite you to a VIP group. Okay, so that can help you do this right here. Now, are there any guarantees? There's no guarantees in anything, right? We can take losses, of course, in the market, but guess what? We are teaching you proper risk management so that you can do it the right way. We are skilled traders, okay? It took me 2 years to really learn this process at a high level and be able to teach it to you right now. So what we're gonna do real quick, I'm gonna hop into the overview real quick, and then I wanna get into the market, okay? Can I show you what we really do in the market after this? So that was our compound sheet. I'm gonna show you how we do it in the market, but let me first go over a quick overview of what our company does and how you can be involved. And then I'm gonna show you how we really trade the market, okay? And for some of you, some of my traders on here, this may be an opportunity that you might find opportunity to actually trade right now, okay? So it looks like, I don't know if it closed up on me. Okay, we're gonna go to, and while that's opening up, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I might have to just talk you through what it costs to be a part of this, okay? Obviously, my system has been slow on me, but that's okay. It's because there are lives on here that I know that needs to be changed. That's what's happening right now. All right, let me just open up this chart real quick. Bear with me. And if anything, we're going to talk through it. I'm just going to show you how we do it inside the market. So I just showed you the Excel sheet. All right, so in our academy, if you're asking, so what do we do? It's foreign exchange. And what I'm gonna do is just talk you through it right now. It's okay, we're gonna do it a different way. Maybe it's meant for me to do this different today. So I'm gonna just walk you through the actual product. So we're not gonna use a presentation today. I'm gonna walk you through what you get and what you pay for. Okay, I think that's a better way, and then you just get to see it. So you're getting your training and presentation at the same time. They say leaders adapt. So we're adapting right now. So here, folks, what we're going to talk about today is one of the largest financial industries in the world called Forex, foreign exchange. And me and my wife were fortunate enough that 2.5 years ago, we got involved with this company called I Am Mastery Academy. And I met my first mentor, Dr. Kathy Kirkland. I remember the first time getting online, just like how you guys are on right now. I didn't know what Forex was. I didn't know how to trade. I didn't understand the money system. And then she's looking at these charts. And I'm going to show you these charts today. She's looking at these charts and she's teaching us exactly what she's talking about Ecclesiastes 11:1 through 3. It's good to go into foreign trade because you never know the bad things this world may bring. It's good to set a sail 7 streams. Okay, what does that mean? 7 streams, 7 streams of income. Okay, one stream dies, one stream dries out, I still got 6. Okay, what happens when you're working? When that stream dries out, what do we typically go do? Because we've been taught to be employees, we go find another job. So in turn, we never really have multiple streams. Today, I'm teaching you multiple streams so that you can continually feed each harvest. Okay, guess what? You never dry out. So this is what we call I Am Center. Okay, it is our university. And what we do is we teach you how to operate in the foreign exchange market. The foreign exchange market is the largest market in the world, money market. Every bank, you see here in the United States, our stock market is a $22 billion a year market. The foreign exchange industry is a $7.7 trillion a day industry. Do you understand the difference? So even if you can learn how to capture 1% in a year from the market, 0.25%, I think you've set your family free. So we're going to show you an education that allows you to do that. Now, if I got some stock market people on here, I was going to put out a video and say, what is the difference between the stock market? Because you're going to see me say, you can sell and you can buy at the same time. And you're going to say, well, if you don't own it, how is it that you can sell it? Because I want you to listen to what the foreign exchange is, okay? All that Forex is we exchange one country's currency for another country's currency. Okay. And at any given time, there's always an exchange happening. So let's just, for example, let's use, because I got my Kenya family on here, let's use the Kenyan shilling. The typical conversion rate of the Kenyan shilling is a 1 to 100. Okay. Let's say that I travel over to Kenya, which I do, at least twice or 3 times a year. I travel over to Kenya. Okay. And I say, let's say I take $2, 2 US dollars. And with 2 US dollars, I'm going to get what? 200 Kenyan shillings, okay? Let's say while I'm over there, I don't spend the Kenyan shillings. And during that time, while I got 200 Kenyan shillings, for some reason, it goes back down. Now it's a 1 to 100 and not a 1 to 200. So when I go to exchange my 200 Kenyan shillings in that I have, okay, they advise me, hey, sir, the exchange rate is now a 1 to 100. 1 US dollar equals 100 Kenyan shillings. What do you have to give us? I have 200 Kenyan shillings that I got for my initial, what? $2, okay? Okay, I'm saying this, I think I'm saying this all wrong. Yeah, that's right, 200 Kenyan shillings. So I give them what? The 200 Kenyan shillings back, okay? Actually, I gave you the same example. And so typically what they're gonna give me back is 400 Kenyan shillings. So here's how the example goes. I have the 200 Kenyan shillings, the conversion rate changes from, because I did a 1-to-1, okay, initially, and now it goes down, let's say it goes down to 1 to 50 Kenyan shillings. So let's use that example. It goes down to 1 to 50. So I initially exchanged my $2 in for 200 Kenyan shillings. And then when I get ready to go back, it says the conversion rate is now changed to a 1 to 50. Okay. So that means for every 50 Kenyan shillings I have, I can get $1. So instead of getting the $2 back that I had, they give me 4 US dollars back. This is how we do it. And this is how we buy and sell. So at one end, someone is what? Exchanging the US dollar for Kenyan shillings. And on the other end, someone is exchanging Kenyan shillings for what? The US dollar. So someone is always selling and buying. So this is how we can sell and buy in the foreign exchange market. And these transactions happen all day long. And all you have to do as a retailer, because you're not really moving the market, you just have to move with the market, whatever the market is doing. And so this is why our education is so important. The banks don't get this education. Dealers at a bank, we call dealers, they're Forex traders as well. Dealers at a bank that's doing Forex tradings don't trade the same way. They move the market. They take a certain amount of orders and then they put those orders in and they move the market with the orders. We are going to move with those orders. And when we learn how to trade better based off things we're identifying on charts, we make more money. Okay, so our education comes into play because we're going to show you exactly how to do that. All right, so let me go put my password here. So you're going to get exactly what I'm showing you right now. You're going to get a password protected university in Forex, and you're going to get access to 100 through 400 series of education. It's like going through 4 years of college, except it's not going to take you 4 years. It's not going to take you 1 year. It literally, we had someone finish our academy in 1 week. So I never knew how fast you can finish. Me personally, I was going in and out of the academy. It took me about a month to finish, to really go into the information. So this is what your website is going to look like. You're going to have your back office, which shows you all your curriculum, okay? It's even gamified to show you where you rank in your Hall of Fame, okay? So people, as they're going through their courses, you're going to see who's going through their courses as well, too. It's going to give you trophies and awards for the things that you do. So here is where our academies are. So you're going to get the same academy that I have. We're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about in the foreign exchange market. We're going to show you how to do it. Okay, so when I'm talking today, I'm going to walk you through physically how to trade today. Okay, and when we're going through that, you're going to hear me say some things that you're not going to understand. Okay, what is Forex? So I just talked about what is Forex, how to exchange it. Forex is an industry that it deals with the world's currency. Okay, it's going to talk about the history. It goes back 2,000 years to the bartering age. Okay, bartering stage, history, long time. Right? Then we're going to show you what's traded in Forex, who are the participants, like the banks and us, retail traders, which make up barely 1% of the retail market. We're going to show you how to use the trading platform, how to go in here and chart yourself. Okay, we're going to show you when you should trade in Forex, how to buy and sell it, and then how to measure it. Okay, these are called pips, percentage and profits. How do I know how much money I'm going to make in the market when I get in it? So we show you how to do that. And then you're going to hear me talk about things like lot sizes. Well, how do I know? How do I make this much money? Well, we're going to teach you what a lot size means. Okay, what an order means. You know, if you want to make money while you're sleeping, we're going to show you how to put in a pending order. You make money while you're asleep because the order may go into effect while you're not even on the charts, okay? And then, of course, we teach you all the analysis and how to do it. That's your 100 series. How I look at 100 series, I look at the 100 series like if I went to China, I don't know how to speak Mandarin. This is going to teach me how to at least say hamburger. This is going to teach me how to say a haircut. So it gives me the words. Your required education is going to show you how to use the words, okay? So here's how we use the words, right? You learn what is a trend, how to do it, how to apply it inside the market, what are pullbacks, Fibonacci retracement, how to understand candle formations, okay? And then we look at our 300 series. This is what I call our 6 to 7 figure education right here. This is when you really start making the money in the market because you now have the understanding, okay? So when we talk about continuation patterns, which you're going to hear me say, all right, we're going to talk about, you're going to hear me talk about pivot levels. You're going to talk about, this is huge, price reversals. When you can understand when price is going to reverse, I don't think you even need to know anything else. The most problems most people have is they don't know when price is going to reverse on them. And I'm going to teach you that today, okay? When you can see when price reverse, you become a champion in the market. And then last, you're going to hear me talk about Elliott's wave, okay? Elliott's wave just means the market moves in 5 to 9 wave depending on how strong it is. You'll hear me talk about this. Why is it important? I need to know which wave I'm on when I take the trade, okay? And then lastly, all the things that market geometry that I'm going to talk about today, it may be a little confusing for you when you start today. Remember, I've been in 2 years. But this was my 6, 7 figure education, folks. I'm a very profitable trader right now. I'm on my trading plan, you know, at day 23 now, okay, or at week 23 now in my trading plan. All right, so balance class, okay, teaching about the balances inside the market, goes more in detail on Elliott's wave and so forth. And then I'm going to talk about harmonic patterns. Powerful right here. Why the harmonic scanner? I'm going to just tell you right now. You can do the research right now. The harmonic patterns in the Forex market, in any market, is the most powerful thing that you can look at because the market repeats itself. So it's always going to catch these patterns, and all you have to identify now is what I'm going to teach you when I close this out. Okay, I'm going to go into this platform and teach you what to look for to go into a successful trade with this scanner. All right, and then you can learn about each pattern on your own here. All right, so this is what we do. So that compound sheet you see at the beginning, let me show you how to make the 15% from the compound sheet. All right, this is our Go Live platform. You're going to be able to see how I'm talking to you right now. Our Go Live platform has over 150 plus educators that you can watch on a daily basis. They're going to trade with you live in the market. They're going to teach you like I'm teaching you right now. And I'm telling you, don't just go off of what I say. Don't make me your lid. Okay? Because if you make me your lid, meaning I only learned from Randy Webb. Randy Webb is also still a student as well, even though I've gotten good at what I do. But if you make me your lid, the most you can ever learn is what I can teach you, is what I know. And I'm telling you, there's more in our academy than what I know today. Okay, so I want you to take this seriously and really plug into the university. So this is our Go Live platform. Let me just show it to you real quick, and then we're going to go off and we're going to look at the strategy. We're going to start trading the market, so get ready. I know we're coming up on our time here. I want to try to keep this condensed to an hour, okay? So I'm going to go over that, and then I'm going to talk about what does it cost to be a part of our company, okay? So stay to the end so I can tell you the cost. Don't worry. It's not $1,000. It's not $500. It's way lower than that, okay? So it's going to be worth you being involved. These are our top 5 traders. Let me show you my mentors. Dr. K, my #1 mentor, okay? This is how I first learned how to trade. I learned about the cloud technique. Okay, Kimberly Torres. You know, I learned through Christopher Garrett and Kimberly Torres. She trades the US 30. You know, she does a lot of market structure. I just love her passion and what she does. I love the way that she marks up charts. So she does a zone-to-zone type of technique. You can learn heavy from her. Manny Quiones, what you guys are about to learn right now. Oh my God, I'm fired up. What you're about to learn right now, my man, Mr. Manny Quiones, his boot camp in harmonic scanners changed my world. You see, I say that you're always learning this deal. Well, what happened was when I came to a strategy, okay, I stole his stuff. You're going to hear me talk about some stuff. I stole it from Manny, okay? Love him. He changed my life, okay? And so I'm going to teach you something that he's teaching. And now what you're going to see is basically a conglomeration of the cloud technique, market structure, price action, mixed with a harmonic scanner. And this is what makes this trade session powerful. Okay. Now, if you want to learn more about harmonics that I'm going to teach you today, you're going to click here and find all the harmonic scanner, educators. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of our other products today, but we have Gold Cup swipe coins. We have pivots, bounce back steady. All of these are also copy and paste. And you can listen to different educators on here, and they're going to give you trade ideas all day long. Okay. You know, I got brand new folks that hit me up like, man, I took this trade, I made this much money. I took this trade, I made this much money. So it's always fun to hear the success story that's happening in our company. All right. So I'm going to head back now. And now we're going to look at a strategy. So this was our Go Live platform. Now we're going to look at a strategy. Now it's time for us to really get in the market. So let's go to our strategies here. Okay. I'm an elite member. So what does that mean to be an elite member? Elite member has every product of the company. So if you're not an elite member, when you sign up, you're going to see this grayed out. And that's okay. You don't have to have everything. You know, today, all you need is this. You need Forex Academy and you need Harmonics. That's all that you need from what I'm going to teach you today. If you want to add all this stuff on later, you can always become an elite member later if you want to. No big deal. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to. When you just got a shot that always goes in, why do anything else? Why not go the guaranteed route? Okay, so my goal is to give you a surefire way to trade the market and really kill the market, okay? So here we are. Take your pens and papers out. We're going to talk about how to identify an opportunity and how to make money, all right? So first of all, let's talk about risk to reward, okay? So looking at this trade here, let's talk about pips. You see the last number here, this 4, this 8? We call that a pipette. In the market, we don't care about that. Now, you're going to learn all of this stuff in the academy. I want to give you a quick summary training so you know what we're doing. Okay, the only thing we care about right now are these 2 numbers, or really these 3 numbers here. The way that I trade, you're going to look at 3 numbers, okay? But most people, we're going to look at the 2 numbers. So when we look at this, this is our stop loss. If the trade goes the opposite way, this is the most that I can lose, okay? So in pips, I'm just making it simple. I'm not going to do the math here. I'm going to run our price range. If I get into this trade right at this point, the most I can lose is 7 pips. This is 7 pips. So that's 75, it's 7.5. Okay, so that's 7 pips. That would have been a stop loss there. But right now it's at our current entry, our second entry. I love to talk about risk to reward because this is how you're going to win big. From our second entry, it's 18 pips. So we have an 18 pip risk. Okay, and then we're looking to gain gain 46 pips. That's pretty good. Okay, I do longer term trades, but I'm gonna show you. Let's see if we can make something happen on this one right here. So one of the things I'm looking for. So the first thing that we look at is what is the trend? Okay, so the market moves in 3 ways: up, down, sideways. Okay, when the market is moving sideways, we call that consolidation. Okay, in consolidation, I want you to think about consolidation like a person thinking. What am I going to do? Okay, so the market is thinking when it's consolidating. It's saying, what am I going to do? Do I want to go up or do I want to go down? As traders, it's our job to determine what is the market thinking. And we can determine what the market is thinking based off the patterns that it's forming. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go to the H4 chart. I like to do the longer term trades, and we're going to go down to our Trader's Way. That's the broker I currently use. It doesn't matter what broker that you choose on here. Okay, you can choose any one of the brokers. And so the first step that I say that you're going to identify is the trend. Now, here's the greatest part. I'm going to show you a lot of this stuff, and you're going to be in a community where we get to actually share what we do together. If I find a trade that I like, that I'm going to trade, I'm going to share it with you. And so that means when I get paid, you get paid. That means when you get paid and your friends are in, they get paid. Not from you doing the work. No, I'm going to post my chart. I'm going to post my trade. You have your own MT4 trading account. You're going to do the same trade. And because you do the same trade that I do, we make money at the same time. Do everybody got that? When I get paid, you get paid. And when I share my trades, you get to have the same trade. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you what I'm doing personally with the Harmonic scanner. So when I look at an opportunity, okay, we're looking at, for example, this is USD JPY. Now, automatically, as I'm looking at this, I don't see divergence here, and I'm explaining what divergence is, okay? There's a bearish divergence and bullish divergence. What you just need to know, forget the term. I don't want you to pay attention to what I'm saying to you, because that's going to confuse you. I want you to look at what I'm doing. That's only that you can literally not be able to hear me right now. And if you only paid attention to what I'm doing on the charts, that's all that matters. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing. Right? We may come back to here. Let's see. What is this? Eurocat. You know what? Because we just used this one, so I want to show you guys something. Let's go ahead and box this in. Now, this trader's already have. I'm going to show you this here first. As soon as you see the harmonics like this, okay, you need to determine when you see consolidation, because harmonics is letting us know when the market is going to reverse. That's all that you need to know. Harmonics is purely based on reversal patterns. That means we're going to catch a wick entry at the beginning of the trade and get in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to highlight our consolidation zone. I'm going to box it in. Here's my consolidation area. Boxed in, okay? The next thing I'm gonna do, okay, I'm looking for what I call divergence. I'm gonna show you divergence better than tell you about divergence. So I'm gonna go down to a smaller time frame because I can't see it here. So I'm gonna go down to a smaller time frame. Typically you have to go down to the 1 or you have to go down to the 15 to find it. The 1 hour or the 15. For those who are brand new, when I say the 1 hour, that means each candle is 1 hour. Okay. When I say the M15, that means each candle is 15 minutes. Okay. The candles are the red and blue things. All right. So we're looking at this trade here. Okay. What I need to do is find something so what we call bearish divergence. Bearish divergence is when it's a downtrend on the RSI, but an uptrend or moving sideways in the actual price. So question. What is the market doing right now? Is it moving up, down, or sideways in this box? Just someone, it don't matter who you are. I want someone to answer that. Is in that box, is it moving up? Because I want to make sure you see what I see. Is it moving up, down, or is it moving sideways? Yes, it's moving sideways, okay? So if it's moving sideways, then guess what else is supposed to move sideways? Guess what else is supposed to move sideways? The RSI is supposed to move sideways, but what's happening here? It's not moving sideways. It's moving down. So let me tell you what this means. This means that buyers are exiting the market, okay? And in order for us to be in an uptrend, we have to have a bullish market. Bullish means more buyers are in the market. That's what bullish means. Bearish means more sellers are in the market, okay? That's all that means. So when you hear me say bullish, just think of buyers. When you hear me say bearish, think of sellers, okay? So what this means, because the RSI is based on the information it's getting it from, is all about price. So it's based off price action, okay? So this is powerful because price action is everything. That's what runs the market. And so if this is letting me know that it's trending down, but yet it's going sideways here, this is letting me know you're going to get a nice drop out of the sky, okay? Because it's bearish divergence. So this is what we define as bearish divergence. I want you to get the visual because I need you to see it. I don't need you to understand it to a point where you got to talk. I need you to see it. So bearish divergence is when the market is either moving sideways or in a trend up on the actual chart, and it's moving in a downtrend on the RSI. When you find it, it's a slam dunk. Remember we talked about 15%? Let's talk about that now. Let's talk about risk to reward right now. So in this option here, it's showing that my stop loss, you can do a stop loss several different ways, okay? Mostly, I like to do a stop loss. You can do a 30 pip stop loss, or you can use a stop loss here. If we do the stop loss here, let's say that you do it from the point you get in that point. You can do a 30 pip stop loss around here, okay? Just take the loss, you risk 3%. So we can do the stop loss here. We make our own. or you can use what the stop loss that the system is giving you. Okay, that's going to be about 50 pips. If you do that, here's what you need to understand. If you have a $100 account, okay, use a 0.01 lot size. A 50 pip stop loss is going to be a $5 loss, okay, if the market reversed. Now, I call my divergence, if you get in on divergence, it's a slam dunk. If you get in at the beginning of divergence, it's a slam dunk. Okay, I want you to understand that. Okay, so now let's see what our reward is. We're risking $5. What are we going to gain? Because I'm going to tell you, you can ride it to TP3 or you can ride it until you see divergence again. So we could have took this thing for 300 pips, almost 290 pips, or let's take it back up. Hopefully you guys are with me. If there's some you don't understand, feel free to ask the question. Or if you just take it to TP3, what's that? That's 216 pips. So you'd have made, at a 0.01 lot size, you're going to risk $5 to make $21. If that's a good risk to reward, drop a 888 in the chat. If you would give up $5 to make $21, drop an 888 in the chat. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That's because that's our seeds multiplying. Okay. Some of the harvest, listen, for my farmers, my agriculture folks on here, what happens when you go plant seeds? Isn't it true that some of those seeds don't grow? Some of that garden we're going to lose, aren't we? Okay. Some of that garden is going to grow. In the part that we're growing, we want that part to multiply. It's going to flourish. Okay. We're going to focus on what's flourishing. We're only going to risk. We're not going to let the rest of the garden spoil the rest of the harvest. Okay. So yes, we're going to risk $5 to gain 21. Okay. And I know I got 5 minutes, so we're going to end it right here. And then I'm going to talk about how do you get involved. Okay. That's going to be our next step. So this is a slam dunk. We get in, we sell. Now let me give you even more. Okay. So first step, we identify the trend. Okay, market moving up, down, sideways. We got a trending market here, so boom, this is our consolidation. Now the second step is we need to find bearish divergence or bullish divergence. Done, okay? What's the third? We need to find out how are we gonna enter the market, okay? You can use candle formations or you can just trust that this is bearish and I'm just gonna go in, okay, that's fine. Or if you wanna tighten up your entry, I'm gonna look for maybe an engulfing candle, okay? Or maybe a flag formation. This is a flag formation, by the way, okay? So what do we see here? If you'd have used the 1 hour to get in, okay, you would have seen that this is an engulfing candle. What does engulfing mean? It means that the candle that's this is the small candle. This is the big candle. It's called an engulfing candle. That's an indication that the sellers have now engulfed the buyers. I want you to remember that, okay? If it's for a sale, the sellers have now engulfed the buyers. The sellers are winning. So therefore, I want to be on the winning team. And because I want to be on the winning team, I'm pushing the sell button, okay? So right there with that engulfing pattern, I push the sell button and I ride that joker down. I make money, okay? We go to the 15-minute. This is where I like to enter the market. Let's see what it says on the 15-minute. 15-minute, let's see what we see. Because 15-minute, guess what? You would have been in earlier before the hour candle. Boom, okay? We got a consistent up. We get our doji candle. We got an engulfing candle right there. Okay, or you can use that engulfing candle right there. You would have been in. So either way, you get in it right there because that's engulfing. Boom, I'm in. And you start from all the way down. You're in the trade. Done. And look, let me tell you guys something. Oh my God, I'm so excited. You ready? Okay, now we can play this game all day long. I want you guys to get this. Man, I hope you get it. Hope you see it. Every time that you see consolidation, I want you to look and see what's in the pattern. Okay, I want you to see what is in the pattern. So we've already gotten the trade. We're good. Well, let's say this is for my scalpers. Okay, can you scalp? Yeah, you can. But I don't want to be on the charts like this. But I'm gonna show you if you want to be on the charts how to do it. Divergence again. This one is called what? It's a short term, but this because we're on the now we're on the 15-minute chart. So we didn't remember we're in a long time. We got a long time because we did it on the 1 hour. This is on the 15 minutes, so it's not gonna be. This is gonna be a pullback. Then we're about to end this session, and I'm gonna tell you how to make the money, how the person got you on here to get to show you how to win with us. You see that how price is moving down? Price is moving up. Bullish divergence, done. Okay, see it? Every single time. So guess what? You could either been out of the trade there or you just know it's a pullback. All it did was come back and retest this area. Okay, then it came down again. All right, so I'm about to bring this session to an end. Here, I want to give you one more to show you, because I can show you better than I can tell you. You wouldn't believe it, right? Once again, let's see it. Bearish divergence? Yeah. We got bullish divergence here. So now we made all this money coming all the way down, okay? Then you see this. What are we going to do here now? Now I just want you guys to tell me if we're going to buy or sell. What would you do right here when you see this? Go ahead and say it. Either type buy or sell. What are you going to do when you see that? Are you going to buy or sell? Let's go. Yes, you're going to buy. You're going to buy. And if you made that decision to buy because you've seen that, let me tell you what you're going to make. For those who are buying right now, what would you make? How much money are we going to make? Let's see. You buy, and guess what? Once again, before I do this, let's highlight the candle formation. Okay, let's put our circle there. Why would you have gotten in this? Let's look at it again. Here's what's going to make me get in. First of all, I see a W. Okay, that's the first one. Look at my doji candle. This is called a doji candle. Woo! I see my doji candle. I get excited. That's all I need to see. And then I get my bullish candle and I'm in. Okay, so you would have made, let's see how much money for my buyers, because you like, I'm in. $141 pips. What is that? $141, $14, $1,400 for my standard. For my people who are going to be working with standards, $1,400. Listen, when this becomes a skill and you get confident, there ain't going to be no time that you can't make $1,000 per day. Right now, we're going to work with the cents right now. We're going to work with the 10s and the 20s. But most of you on here are going to learn how to make $1,000 a day at some point, folks. It's a skill that you're going to get good at. Okay, one more time, one more, because this is exciting, because we're gonna come to here, because you're about to get into an actual trade probably. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I get excited about teaching because I know where I was, folks. I know I was you, and I wanted this so bad, and I wanted it so bad, and I seen everybody winning. What do you see? What is the market doing, folks? Okay, I know this is a presentation that went to training, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you what it costs to be a part of our group. What do you guys see here? So what do you see here, and what would you do? Is the market moving sideways, up, down? What is it doing? Consolidation, yes. So we're going to look for a pattern in consolidation, okay? Market is moving sideways, okay? And what do we see on our RSI again? Oh, my goodness. There it is again. What we call that one? That one is called what? Bearish, okay? Divergence. It is a trader's secret, period. So boom, I get in the market again. And what? Let's go down to our 15-minute. When would we have really been in? Oh my goodness, look, we got bearish divergence even on the smaller time frame. Say we go here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. So I'm in. I sell from here to here. So what do we make again? This is our last one. And then we're going to talk about how do you get involved. I've made $130,000, folks. I mean, 100. Yeah, we're talking about our standard, 100 standards, right? I've made $130 or $1,300 or $13,000, okay? You've now empowered yourself to get into this market and crush it, okay? And then so what do we have? The market is about to reverse on us. Why? Because I'm looking at price continually going down once again. What do we have here? Even from this point, it's coming, okay? But we go here, we're here. It already happened. This already happened, so it's going. But let's look at this one once again, because we're going to make some money today for y'all. Once again, we're here. What do we have? Let's let the market do what it's going to do. But we have another situation where we have now bullish divergence. Okay. So what I would do is see what this RSI is going to do first before you enter the market. And if it starts shifting up, you're going to enter in for the buy. If it shifts down, let it shift back down, hit this trend line. Once off this trend line, because that's where it's going to come. Once it comes off this, You're going to shift in to get in the market. Boom. Once you go into the profit, go ahead and put your stop loss in profit if you want, or you can wait. But our box is here. So when you get in, you put your stop loss here. Stop loss goes here. So guess what? If you take the loss, that's okay. We can lose 50% of our trades, okay? Remember, let's talk about losing 50% of your trades. If you do 10 trades, you only risk 3%, okay? That you have $100, 3% times 5 is what? $15. So you're down to $85. If you win 50% of your trades, that you're going for at least 50 to 100 pips, okay? That means you gain at least, $15, let's say $15, that means 5 times 15, you're at 75 again. Okay, you now have what in your account? You have about 160 bucks in your account. You still profited by 60%, losing 50% of your trades. That's a real trader. That's what traders do. So folks, how do you get involved with us? Here it is. Welcome to I Am Academy. How you get your academy is $235 to get started with us. You get the Foreign Exchange Academy, okay? You get Go Live. So what we're doing right now, you get the interaction like this. Include myself, you're part of the community, okay? And you get the Harmonic scanner that I just showed you. Folks, I just showed you several opportunities. We're doing this all week long. We're going to do it for the next 52 weeks. So right now, we're on a 52-week run. Okay, what that means is anyone who gets involved with us, we're all going to be together for the next 52 weeks doing this and making money in the market. So we're going to plug you into my good educators, my friends, Manny Quiones. We're going to plug you into Dr. Kathy Kirkland for only $235. That's all that it costs to be involved with our company. Okay, and then after you get involved with our company, okay, $235, the goal is we do have a monthly payment. The monthly payment is $175 per month. You can waive that. Do you think you have friends? If I can teach your friend how to make money, just like I just taught you, do you think they would want to do this? Do you think you have 2? Yeah, 2 friends. I want you to get those 2 friends today. If I can show your 2 friends what I just showed you, do you think they will say yes? Yes, okay? This is the way we're going to show them, just like this. Or you can show them the recording I'm going to give you after this, okay? When you get 2 friends, your $175 per month, you don't pay it ever again as long as they remain active, okay? And then if you want to go above and beyond that, we have a powerful affiliation program. Let me pull up a chart for you real quick. If you decide that you want to do that, cool, but it's optional. You don't have to do it at all. We don't push you to do it. We don't care if you do it. The only thing we care about is that you are a happy customer and that you're making some money in the market and that you're learning the skill. If you learn the skill and you know what you're doing in the market, I don't care about anything else. We've done our job. So let me just find this comp plan for you real quick, and we're going to do a quick breakdown. How many people are excited about what we're doing? Drop a 77 in the chat if you're already ready to hop in this market and do this thing. You're already ready to share the concept with some people. Show them how to compound their money. We compounded our debts for years in our life. Now it's time to compound our money and get out of the system. It's time to become the lender and not the borrower, okay? It's time to be the person who compounds their income and not compound their debt. That's the time. It is time to create generational wealth for our families and create generational knowledge for our families. This will become no longer a secret, okay? It will become education. Required education for my sons and my daughters and my cousins and my mother and my fathers and so forth. That's all that we're doing. Each one, teach one, okay? So here's our compensation plan that we have, and I'm going to show you this, pull this up, and then we're done with this call. Once again, when we get done with this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get back to the person who invited you onto this session, and I want you to let them know if you're an A, B, or C. A, I'm ready to get started. Okay, today, send me your referral link. B, I'm ready to get started, but I still have a couple questions that I want answered. Maybe you didn't get the price that I chose you. The price is $235 to get started today only, nothing else, okay? Or, whatever it is you didn't understand, let us answer those questions so that we can plug you in the system. C, you're not interested. Don't worry, folks, this was not a sales pitch. I just gave you free value. Most people will try to go online and try to find how to do all this stuff, and you just can't learn how to trade in one of the most complex markets in the world. You can't learn it from YouTube. You can't learn it from some website. You have to go through school. Today, I get to walk you through school. I'm not necessarily your educator. I'm like one of your smart students in class. And you have that one student in class that you can learn from. I remember getting tutored from just some smart person in class. That's who you can consider me. I'm going to help you get through this season, okay? So the comp plan was just coming up. It did not pop. Let's see this here. There we go. 1 second, it's here. Boom. I'm going to share this with you. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Question, before I expose you to this, before I say this, if you had an opportunity to own a McDonald's and they told you you only had to pay $15 to start your own McDonald's, would you do it? Drop a 77777 in the chat if you would own, if you only had to pay $15 to own a McDonald's, that you would do it. Okay? Here's the next question. If they said, okay, you're going to pay $15, but before you can just let it go on autopilot and hire employees, you got to work the McDonald's for a year. Okay? You got to work that McDonald's until you understand the system and help other people do it. You got to train all the employees. You got to train the fry cookers. You got to train the people who are going to flip the burgers. But we're going to give you a system to do that. We're going to give you our McDonald's system. We're going to give you our McDonald's University. So you get everything that we offer you, so you don't have to know everything. You just got to make sure that your employees, right, are plugged into our system. If that still intrigues you, that you can get in, buy it for $15, okay, and you would love to have that McDonald's, and you get the McDonald's burger system for $15 that you can plug your employees in, drop an 8 in the chat if you still would want to do that. You're willing to put in the work for 1 year, maybe even 2 years. Drop an 8 in the chat. I only got 1, 2, 3. That's okay. You don't have to own a McDonald's. Okay? So here we go. Here's how you own McDonald's. Because we're going to talk about McDonald's money. We're going to talk about something that's more than McDonald's money, as a matter of fact. So listen to me when you look at these numbers. I've been in this industry for 7.5 years. I'm still on the search, and I haven't seen a company yet that beats I Am Mastery Academy in the way that we pay you. See, I just taught you how to make money on your own, but you know, based off what you just seen, you already know that you want to get your mom, dad, coworkers, brother, sister in. You know you want to get everybody in from what I just taught you. So all you got to do is bring them to me, bring them to I Am Academy, and let us show them how to trade. And that's starting your McDonald's. That's how you're going to make McDonald's money residually. Okay? So our comp plan, the very top level of our comp plan, pays, listen to me closely, pays 2.5 times more in 1 month than the average McDonald's franchise owner gets paid in profit in 1 year. Let me say it one more time. At the top of our comp plan, the top person, which you can become, get paid 2.5 times more in 1 month than an average McDonald's franchise owner makes in profit in 1 year. Now let me show you. This is not up to income, folks. This is why I get excited, because I know that we're about to break generational chains. We're about to break poverty. We're about to break something you never even thought was possible, folks. Okay? Can everybody see that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see it. So we have a rank level. This is optional, okay? So let me explain this again. I just taught you how to become a trader. You can be a Forex trader. You don't have to show one person. This is only really only 10% of people choose to go show our company, okay? And that's okay, because it grows our company. Our goal in our company is to educate and impact 1 million families by the end of 2020. And if you help us do that, we're going to pay you for it. And here's how we do it. When you refer 3 customers, you become a Platinum 150. That means you make $150 every single month as a Platinum 150, just because you got 3 customers that you showed them the system. You showed them what I call the burger system. You showed them the Forex system, okay? And you plug them in. You make $37.50 a week. Now, let's say that your customers get excited. It's like, can I go tell my friends? And they go tell their coworkers and friends, hey, I learned how to trade. I learned how to make money from my phone. And they tell some people. And then your business goes to 12. Do you realize now now your system is kind of going on autopilot? Now you're making $600 guaranteed. This is not up to income. Now listen to me. I'm not about the funny money talk. You're going to hear a lot of home-based businesses, okay? This is a home-based business too. Say that you can make up to. Run. Or at least ask them, okay, for me to make the up to money, what do I have to do additional when I hit the rank? That's the question you need to ask. When they say you make up to this amount of money, okay, Mr. Up to, what do I need to do to make up to that amount? Okay, you ask the real question or you'll be caught like me and my wife got caught. A pilot and a nurse okay, 7 years ago. Worked our butts off, put 35,000 customers in, showing them. And we had, and let me make sure I'm fully transparent. We enjoyed ourselves. We traveled across the world. We did a lot of things, but we could have did the same in another company too. But we just didn't understand. Did we make good money? We made good money. Listen, folks, we made multiple 5 figures a month. But what we didn't realize that there was so much value and so much education available in so many other places. And I believe that God blessed us to come into this organization right here and be able to pour our hearts out to the people that we love. All right, so when 12 turns to 30, that means you make $1,000 per month. Not up to, you make $1,000 per month. When 30 turns to 75, this is not you bringing in 75 customers. You make 2,000. Listen, folks, just know that your organization is going to grow. When I came in, here's my number one question. What do I need to do to make $10,000 residually? They say you need to help 500 people. You help 500 people, you make $10,000 a month. We did that in the first 60 days of being part of this company. I learned how to trade. I plugged into the system. I kept learning how to trade, and here we are today. Well, guess what? 16 months later, not only did I go from $10,000 a month, we are currently making $25,000 a month residually. Okay? Why? Because I showed and helped 1,250 other customers learn how to trade. And not that I showed them, it was now I had other traders in my organization who are better traders than me, better inviters than me, and they started showing more people. Okay? Ultimately, folks, whether it takes you 10 years, whether it takes you 20 years, you get to 30,000 subscribers. We just had a young 24-year-old young adult leader hit 30,000 customers into the organization and is now making $500,000 a month residually. Would that change your family? Of course, that will not only change your family, that will change every community around you, because hopefully you have a good heart and you'll start giving. Okay, so that's it, folks. Know that that's optional. You don't have to do that. What I want you to get involved with, if you need to learn how to trade first before you become comfortable, that's fine. If you want the mentorship, we're going to give you mentorship in all aspects of this business. So to get started today, it's $235. Get back to the person who invited you to this video, invited you to this webinar, and let them know I'm ready. How do I plug in? And after you get plugged in, we're going to invite you into a VIP group. We call it our Legacy Worldwide VIP launch group, okay? So we're going to put you in that group once you get started with us, and we're going to welcome you to the team. So for once again, welcome, and we look forward to doing business with you. We look forward to the abundance in your life, and we look forward to your success. That's my call, and you guys have a great night. Let's go. Peace.